What's up, guys? Today we're doing my in the bag. I don't know why, but here it is. We're gonna start with my putters and then work from mid-ranges, fairways, and drivers. And then I'll tell you what else exciting I keep in my bag. It's not much. Okay guys, so these are my normal putters. I have Lunas now. When I first started playing, I was using Wizards for a really long time. And then at the time that I was playing at Liberty, we were sponsored by Prodigy, so I had PA 3s in my bag for a while too. And then I found these Lunas. I really like the glide that they have on them. I think they're really reliable when I'm putting. So for shots that aren't quite jump putts or like touch shots, I use the Ohm, and I have an MB. If you guys haven't watched that video, back when we were in Virginia, I had a huge throw-in with an MB like this. So ever since then, I put one in my bag and I've loved it. I power up a little more on this one, and this one, the Ohm, it's more understable and more glidey. All right, so next we're gonna move into my mids. Okay, so to start with my mid-ranges, I have my zone. I always use it when it's super windy outside. It's super overstable, and I know it's always gonna finish hard right where I want. The next mid-range I have is a Buzz OS. Zachary actually just helped fill my bag with the spot. I didn't quite have that overstable mid-range that wasn't such a meat hook as the zone. This one is really great. We just played a weekly yesterday. This one came in handy because it was super windy out. It was really reliable and always had that finish at the end that I needed. I trusted it a lot. I really like that one. The other two mid-ranges that I have is a regular Buzz and a Buzz SS. So for the Buzz, this is the straightest mid-range that I have in my bag. It's always gonna hold the line that I put it on. It's kind of a point and shoot disc. I know exactly where it's gonna go. Super reliable. So the Buzz SS is more understable. I use this more for anhyzer shots. I know it's gonna keep that Annie line that I put it on the whole time and fade or end left, I guess. This is really good, especially for courses that have more righty favored holes, because I'm a lefty and I know that if I hold this one, I can kind of get those righty shots that I can't normally do with regular distance. So that's it for my mid-ranges. Now I'm gonna go into my fairways. So for my two understable fairways, I have an F7 and an H5. I started throwing my H5 when I first got sponsored by Prodigy when I was playing at Liberty. I loved it. When I first started playing, I had a slower arm speed. I knew that I could hyzer flip it and it would fade left for me. This was really good when I had holes that were super righty friendly, that I didn't really have that lefty shot on, and I can't throw a forehand. All right, so my F7, I've had this in my bag for a while. It's probably the most understable disc that I have in my bag. If I'm ever gonna throw a roller shot, it's probably gonna be with this one. I can throw anhyzer shots with it, and it's gonna keep that Annie angle just like my Buzz SS. For my straight fairway, I have an F5. I've been throwing the F5 ever since I started playing disc golf. I love this disc. It always goes straight. It's gonna have that little fade at the end, but I know it's never gonna be off the fairway as long as I hit my gap. Okay, so for my F2, it's actually super similar to my F5, even though it's not really supposed to be. It's pretty straight when I throw it, and I guess sometimes it has kind of a harder finish at the end if I need that. But if I need it to end flat, I put a little bit of Annie on it, and I know it's always gonna come back. Okay, so this one's an Axiom Fireball. Zachary actually just filled my bag spot with this one because I didn't really have that overstable fairway. So I haven't gotten to play a full round with this yet, but I know this is a disc that I would trust in a headwind because it's not gonna flip over on me. Okay, so the first driver that I have in my bag is a Will Schustrick H2 V2. This disc is pretty straight for me. I trust it in a little bit of wind and it's always gonna finish straight. This one I have an S-Line TDX. This is also kind of similar to my H2 V2. It's pretty straight for me, but it's just gonna have a little bit more fade at the end. This Star Beast is gonna give me a little more distance than those other two discs. It's a little more overstable and it's gonna have a harder finish at the end. All right, so the next disc I have in my bag is a lightweight DDX. I've been throwing this one for a while. As you can tell, it looks pretty used. I can always hyzer flip this one up straight. And I'm really never gonna throw this disc in any wind because I think it would be manipulated way too much. All right, so this next driver I have in my bag is a Hades. I really like this one. Zach introduced this one to me maybe a few months ago. I can really power up on this one and get a flex shot out of it and get some real distance. The Insanity, as you guys know if you've been watching, is one of Zach's favorite discs that he has, so obviously I had to steal one. So since this one is new, it's going to be a little overstable, and if I'm going to want that straight finish, I have to release it along a little bit of ante, but I can get some distance out of it, and I know it's going to end straight. The last disc I have in my bag is my favorite driver. It's my Prodigy X3. It's super overstable, and I know if there's any sort of headwind at all that I can throw this and it's always going to come back. It's super reliable and it's a super pretty color. And I love that Katrina Allen throws it. Alright, so that's it for the discs in my bag. Everything else that I have in my bag, I always have this tout. I got it for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I know if it's ever wet at all outside, if the ground's wet, if it's raining, it's always attached right here to my bag. Just slip a disc in there and it dries it all off. Another thing that I have in my bag is a mitten bag. Zach introduced me to these also. They're super great chalk bags. Always gives your hand a lot of grip and makes sure your hand doesn't slip. The next thing I have is a mini by Discgolf and Pour. This one has our YouTube channel logo embedded inside of it. Super cool, love it, it looks great. That's my mini. Alright, let's see what else I got in this side pocket. Got a stress ball because you know these rounds can be super stressful. Always got to make sure that you're staying positive, like with a happy face stress ball. Really works out those hand muscles too. Also got an inhaler over here because you know your girl's out of shape and she's gonna need it when she's playing a full round. The last thing I have in this pocket is a really heavy lacrosse ball because you know I'm gonna get discs stuck in trees, so you always gotta have this. There's some good weight to it and it's always gonna help get your disc down stuck out of some branches. Alright guys, that's pretty much all that's in my bag. That's all I take out to the round with me. The last part of my bag is my Throw Pink disc golf pin. Always gotta support women's disc golf. Guys, get your wives out there, your girlfriends, sisters outside playing with you. So that's really it. That's all I have in my bag. Thanks guys for watching. Still working on it, switching up some discs when I find some new gaps that I have in my bag. Alright guys, so that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit those bell notifications so you guys can stay up to date with the content that we're posting. Watch this video right over here that YouTube recommends for you, and we'll see you next time.